My name is Dusty Booth, student number 3223341. This is the AVMA task video for fall 2017, Introduction to Veterinary Technology. I'm going to demonstrate how to trim a dog's nails. First, you will need to gather your supplies. You'll need your dog, your toenail trimmers, and a clotting agent such as Quick Stop or Styptic powder. When we examine the nails, you want to look to see if you can identify the quick. In a dog with light colored nails, you can see the pink area, which is the quick, which contains the vein and the nerve endings within the nail. In a dark colored nail, you would not be able to see that area, so when we cut, we only want to cut just the hook off of the end of the nail, and then look to see if you can see either a pink area in a white nail or a light gray area in a dark nail. Once you see that, you don't want to cut any farther because that would be cutting into the quick. Should you accidentally cut into the quick, you can pour your Quick Stop into the lid and hold the nail into the lid for several seconds to stop the bleeding, or you can take a pinch between your thumb and forefinger and apply directly to the nail for about 5 seconds until the bleeding stops. You can always reapply if necessary. So let's get started. I'm going to hold his paw in one hand, our clippers in the other. I want to identify the quick and only take the hook off of the end of the nail. And verify that we did not get into the quick, and you can take a little bit more off as needed, and do the same with the rest of the nail. Once you've trimmed all the nails, you double check that you do not have any bleeding. If so, you would apply your Quick Stop to stop the bleeding. If you were doing the front limb, you would want to check the inside of the leg to be sure that if the pet does have a dew claw, we have trimmed it as well. And that is how you would trim your dog's nails. I'm going to explain how to do a toenail trim on a cat. First, you'll need to have your cat, your toenail trimmers, and a clotting agent such as Quick Stop or Styptic powder. When you examine the toenails on your cat, you want to hold the paw in one hand, press down on the pad to expose the nail, and look for the quick, which is the pink area within the nail. When you get ready to trim, you'll only take the hook of the nail and then examine to make sure that we have not gotten into the quick, which contains the nerve endings and the blood supply to the nail. Started. To use your Quick Stop, should you accidentally cut into the quick, you can pour a little bit into the lid and apply directly from the lid onto the nail and hold for about 5 seconds, or take a pinch and apply directly to the nail until the bleeding stops. If necessary, you can repeat. So we'll get started. You remove your hair just a little bit out of the way, press down on the pad to expose the nail. You want to trim just the hook off of the nail. We always want to check to be sure if we have a dew claw that we cut that nail as well. And then make sure that none of your nails are bleeding, and then if they are, apply Quick Stop. And that is how you trim toenails on a cat. I'm going to show you how to give a pill to a dog. You'll need your dog and a pill that has been prescribed by your veterinarian. In this case, we will be using a small treat to simulate the pill. When we get ready to give the pill, we will gently hold the back of his head and his neck to stabilize so he can't pull back as easily. While holding the pill between your thumb and forefinger, we will use our middle finger to open the jaw and then place the pill as far back into the throat as you can while gently closing the mouth and rubbing on the throat to encourage him to swallow the pill. So let's get started. I'm going to hold the back of his head and neck while holding the pill between my thumb and forefinger. I'm going to use my middle finger to open his mouth, place his far back into his throat, close his mouth, gently rub on his throat to encourage him to swallow the pill. Good boy. If they spit out the pill, you can repeat the process again, and that's how you pill a dog. I'm going to demonstrate how to give a pill to a cat. You'll need your cat and a pill that has been prescribed by your veterinarian. In this case, we will be using a treat in place of the pill. When you get ready to pill your cat, you want to hold the back of the head, and then you will use your middle finger to pull down the jaw. And then you'll place your pill as far back into the mouth as you can, close the mouth, and rub the throat to encourage them to swallow. So we'll hold our pill in between the thumb and forefinger, the back of the head as well as the neck to stabilize. We use our forefinger to open the mouth, place as far back into the throat, close the mouth, rub their throat to encourage them to swallow. Okay. Should they spit out the pill, you can repeat again. And that is how you pill a cat. I'm going to show you how to collect urine from a dog. You'll need your dog on a leash in order to keep them close to you, and something to collect the urine, such as a soup ladle or a clean and dry Tupperware container. We will want to collect a midstream urine sample, so we'll allow them to urinate for a few seconds before we collect the sample to allow the bacteria within the urinary tract and urethra to pass in order to get a cleaner sample from the bladder. So, yeah, kiddo, I'm going to take her over and see if she'll go potty. Once you have collected your sample, you can transfer it into a container that you received from your veterinarian, or if you collect it in a Tupperware container, you can seal that up and transport it in that manner. And that is how you collect urine from a female dog. Today we'll show you how to make a rolled gauze muzzle. These are useful in the case that you do not have a commercial muzzle available to you when you need one. So we will need our rolled gauze. For large dogs we use 2-inch gauze. For small dogs, you can use 1 inch. For your larger dogs, you would like to have them in a lying position or sitting. For a small dog, you may want to put them on the table. That may be easier for them. So you want to make a loop with your gauze. You don't want to tie it, just a loop. And we'll place it, you want it kind of large so that your hands can be back away from the muzzle, but you just place it over the muzzle, pull tight, go underneath, cross, come back behind the ears, and tie into a bow. You don't want to tie it into a knot. In case of an emergency, we want to be able to quickly release it and pull off. Okay. And that is how you make and apply a gauze muzzle.